Did you hear the music at the start of that? Don't, I got some work to do. Oh, you could hear it. Perfect.
The Mist Fortune is a...
Straight off, one thing. This is clearly not it actually being used. Unless they've changed how salvage looks, it doesn't look like that.
The Mist Fortune is a solo player salvage vessel. It's similar to the Vulture in size and utility.
It is technically a variant of the previous ship, the Prospector, but obviously there's many differences you can benefit from. What we've done is we've sort of tried to push the automatic cargo dispensing mechanism that's on the Vulture a little.
So it looks like we're definitely only getting 12 on the outside. I was kind of hoping these would stack too high. That's a bit disappointing.
Bit further, and sort of we've combined some of Misk's exterior cargo hold type of mechanic with the salvaging mechanism. What we're doing with the salvage on the Fortune is we're having the cargo that gets created as you salvage be stored on the exterior as well.
Hang on a minute. The empty slot is here.
That gets created as
And the box goes through the other boxes?
you salvage be stored on the exterior as well.
What? I thought these were going to be a conveyor belt system, but fair enough. It might be something they're going to add later on. And this is just the first implementation, which obviously they'll probably change. But why doesn't it fill from the front to the back? Why is the box going through the other boxes? It just looks shit.
When you go back to the salvage station, there's a panel and you can hit auto eject, or you can just eject it manually. And every time...
How many of these salvage stations are on the ship? This is the only thing until we actually get the ship. Is this buffer shared between both sides? Or does each side that ejects have a buffer? Surely it's going to be shared because it's only one salvage head. So we're looking at way less storage than the Vulture can hold.
When you eject, it will eject it out onto the exterior of the
Oh, through the boxes again.
ship, and it will automatically snap it to the cargo grid.
It is pretty cool that you can eject the crates simultaneously on each side of the ship if you want to. Seeing them two salvage stations working together in tandem is...
Right. We got a buffer 11 out of 13.
Want to seeing them two salvage
And that one's 11 out of 13, so
together in tandem
it could be a shared buffer.
For us, so pretty neat. The ship really makes use of all the available space inside of it.
We did complete component pass, so it has everything exposed.
Is that the only weapon rack it's got? We might only be able to store pistols and multi-tools.
And it has a similar interior as the Prospector, so it's got the same hab and the bathroom and all of that. But we've extended it out so that you can walk from the front.
I mean, one of the things that doesn't make sense to me about this is you've got like the hull A, hull B, C, all that, and the spindles that come out. If we've got windows to look out here, why is it blocked by the cargo? This was another kind of hope, was that those cargo things were actually going to fucking fold out like a hull series. So you would fit 24, one on each side, but we're not getting that apparently.
All the way to the back.
And then we've got an elevator in the rear for you to be able to bring those boxes in and out if you want to, or
I don't want to. Yeah.
additional items. So just imagine you're going out into space to salvage some wrecks. You strip the metal off the surface of the vehicle. It'll create boxes on the side of the ship. And
Through the box again.
then in addition to that, you want to pull off some of the weapons. If they're small enough, you can actually put them in the elevator in the rear as storage. So it's not a dedicated
So a size
cargo
3
area on the
weapon we can
inside,
fit in
but
it.
should be big enough for you to grab some of the smaller components if you're able to salvage those.
It's got this bubble cockpit that allows you to see just outside anywhere in any direction. It's very similar to the Prospector, so if you like the Prospector cockpit, you're gonna love the Fortune cockpit.
We're also going to be going out with the new dashboard that's been created by the UI team from MISC.
That'll be on the Fortune and the Prospector going forward.
So I guess these are our fracture beams.
Like anything else between ships,
Looks like they'll probably fold in and out across the front of the
and Star
ship.
Citizen, it's a trade-off.
While both the Fortune and Vulture are single-seat salvage ships, the Fortune is going to focus a little bit more on convenience for the user because it has one salvage head versus the Vulture's two. It's not going to salvage quite as efficiently. So
Right. Convenience is it auto unloading, which in the Vulture doesn't take long. 2-3 minutes. Down the ladder. Done. So your trade-off is your convenience. Before that, it's going to salvage probably somewhere near half as quick and have, what, 40% or something less cargo space? So you're going to get 12 SCU on the outside, 13 in the buffer, so a total of 25. In the Vulture, you can easily fit 38, 40 boxes. And salvage quicker. I mean, so far the only advantage I'm seeing is the Prospector is a little smaller and will fit in more ships. I don't know. I was excited for the Vulture. Not anymore.
you might be able to salvage and do hull scraping a little bit faster still using the Vulture. The advantage is that it might be just a little bit easier to operate. You won't have to be rearranging things as much as you would with the Vulture. And
Yeah, but it doesn't take long. I mean, if they're going to give us less cargo space, at least make the salvaging quicker to kind of balance it out. Because if you're going back to a station to unload, you got 40% less space, more trips backwards and forwards, way more time wasted over just unloading boxes in the Vulture. I mean, this might come into if you're doing a big fucking crew operation unloading into a cargo ship, but I don't know. The Vulture might still even be better than that because quicker.
having two systems in play makes it maybe a little bit easier for the user to keep salvaging.
It does kind of seem like it, Dante.
I think that the team did a really good job. Shout out to Chris Smith, Jen, Joey, also Chad's team, and Pierre-Luc.
I mean, the only way it makes sense to me is doing multi-crew where someone's going to come along as you're salvaging and unload your ship while you're in it. Ah, Grim, whoops. Their names are both in red today. But even then, for someone to come and unload you, they're going to have to unload from two different sides. I suppose they could go above or below you and take the boxes off. Yeah, in chat arena for me, you're both red. It's different in the app I've got. Also, This is obviously a marketing video. Why do they not know what VTOL is for?
That the team did a really good
So-
job. Shout out to
Ships in VTOL. It's got its thruster pointed down for takeoff.
Chris Smith.
What do we do before we take off?
Galloway,
Turn
also
VTOL
the
off.
Nets team and Pierre-Luc and Mitch. They did a great job on the new tech.
I mean, it doesn't look that slow in the video, but that's not them actually salvaging. Like, that seems quite quick, but that's just marketing video. Yeah, I don't think it will be, Grim. I'd say this is going to be pretty much the same price as the Vulture. There's no way it's going to be cheaper than a Prospector. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than expensive than a Vulture. Look at the Intrepid. Terrible ship in most aspects. Costs more than a Titan. I don't know. We'll see when the patch drops. Ugh, I could watch it again and have a load more thoughts, but yeah. I'm not seeing it in this. I'll know when we test it. Pretty disappointed, to be honest.